Welcome everybody to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here for your official Money in the Bank review and results video. It's the Smackdown Live exclusive pay-per-view. They were live here tonight from St. Louis, Missouri. And you know what? They did put on a damn good show. Everybody worked their asses off in that ring like we would expect every single time we go into pay-per-view here, ladies and gentlemen. They put on, when it comes to that in-ring competition, they put on a very, very, very good pay-per-view here tonight. When it comes to the endings here and the booking of this pay-per-view, if you ask me, there were way too many bullshit finishes here tonight, and a lot of these, I get it, a lot of these storylines are gonna be continuing, and I understand that, bro, but the amount of bullshit finishes, when you could have went about it so many different ways, the amount of bullshit finishes we saw at this pay-per-view here tonight were limitless, bro, and they got on my nerves after a little while here on this pay-per-view. But you are watching the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, and it's not only this Money in the Bank review that you can expect on this channel. You can expect so much more here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Monday Night Raw and Smackdown reviews on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel for this week are up, so you can make sure to go check those videos out, as well as Money in the Bank preview and predictions if you want to go see how I did when it came to predicting what would happen on this pay-per-view here, what I was thinking going into this pay-per-view. If you have a new interest in that, make sure to go check that out. And of course, just yesterday on Saturday, we did Behind the Mic. And that's where we cover all the weekly news in the WWE. Yesterday we were talking about John Cena and the reason why he became a free agent. Little spoiler alert to that story. It's a bullshit reason. We're talking about it on Behind the Mic, episode number 24. So make sure to go check that one out. And before I forget, on Tuesday, almost forgot about this one. Tuesday, breaking news, Braun Strowman cleared to compete. Make sure to go check that one out on Tuesday. Could he be interfering in Roman Reigns' segment next week? We're talking about it. Little 15-minute video there. So make sure to go check that one out. For all this stuff, to not miss a thing, for all this crap and so much more, make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, because we're giving you the realest opinions. I'm not gonna bullshit you when it comes to what I've seen on my television screen. Ooh, look at those rhymes, bro. Look at those rhymes. You should subscribe just for those rhymes, bro. So make sure to like, if you like what you're hearing here, tell me what you thought about Money in the Bank in the comments section below. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel as well. Go check out the Twitter account, the Ringside Wrestling Twitter account of the same name, where we do live tweet with Monday Night Raw, Smackdowns, and pay-per-views. Wasn't tweeting as much here tonight because, yes, I did miss a portion of Money in the Bank. Did catch up when I got home, but I did miss a portion of Money in the Bank, and my phone was dying, so I missed a portion of it. It wasn't too big of a portion, and I did catch up, and I do have everything on my notes ready to go. So we are up to date here. I will, during the unimportant parts of Money in the Bank, I did catch up. So, I mean, did miss a portion of the show, but we're still ready to go here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. As of Money in the Bank, let's discuss it, bro. Let's discuss it, because yes, this was a good pay-per-view. I think SmackDown put on a very, very solid show here tonight. Not as good as it could have been. not as good as it could have been. And I'm talking about, like I said at the beginning of the video, those bullshit finishes we saw here tonight. Those decisive finishes to these really good matches. Some of the best matches on this show. The New Day versus the Usos. Those two teams worked their asses off. And of course, that Money in the Bank ladder match. I thought that Money in the Bank ladder match went as perfectly as it could have went. I absolutely loved and enjoyed the crap out of that Money in the Bank ladder match. Sure, I may not have agreed with the competitors in that Money in the Bank ladder match, but damn, the fact that we had that caliber of competitor in the Money in the Bank ladder match, really, you had to take into account the type of Money in the Bank ladder match we were going to get, because these are the 6 top-notch competitors on SmackDown Live, and these guys put in everything they had, and we're going to talk about it. I think I'm going to start with the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches here. Speaking of the women's Money in the Bank, Jesus Christ, it was a decent Money in the Bank, but it was not a woman who won the Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to talk about it, bro. We are going to talk about it. But first, let's start off with the men's Money in the Bank, because that is what I last saw. That is what left me with the biggest goosebumps. That was the best match of the night. So let's talk about it. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. What a goddamn match we saw here tonight. Right off the bat, the action was kicking in this match as Nakamura made his way to the ring for his entrance. Baron Corbin came out, took him out, brutal assault, hit him with this little miniature ladder, the ladder setups that were on the ramp. He took one of those ladders, he goddamn hit Nakamura with it, took a camera, hit him over the head with it. Nakamura was out for most of this matchup, and I thought that was a very smart move to have Corbin take out Nakamura. Really had no business being in this match, and it's better than giving Nakamura an L on his record. So I understood if they wanted to take Nakamura out, but we'll talk about what happened, what became of Nakamura in this match, because yes, he did come back. But there was a huge spot. There were so many huge spots in this matchup. And it started. Sami Zayn worked his ass off in this match. Jesus Christ. Sami Zayn fucking gave us some of the best spots of his career. There was a huge spot in this match where Owens planned to jump onto everyone on the outside, but Sami Zayn came in and threw Kevin Owens from the top rope down into a ladder that was open on the floor, was snapped in half. There was another spot where Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler were fighting atop the ladder, and he hit Ziggler with a sunset flip off of the ladder. Crowd went wild, got "This is awesome" chants, did that spot. Beautiful sunset flip off the top of the ladder, sent everybody going crazy. We seen another spot where Sami Zayn hit Owens with an exploder suplex on the apron. Looked absolutely brutal. And as Zayn, he tried to climb the ladder, that's when AJ Styles came in and hit him with a phenomenal forearm, knocking him off the ladder. Beautiful spot there. It did not stop. That brought Corbin in as Styles tried to climb the ladder. They had a brawl, and I believe AJ Styles was looking for a phenomenal forearm onto Baron Corbin, I believe off of the announce table, I think it was, and he goes into Corbin. This is what I'm sure of. He goes into Corbin, choke slam on the ladder. Looks absolutely brutal. Jesus Christ. That allowed Sami Zayn, when Corbin did get back in the ring, that allowed Sami Zayn to hit the haluva kick on Corbin out of nowhere, and when he tried to climb, Owens kicked him in the goddamn balls, bro. That left Styles and Owens, they had a little face-off, and Styles, they ended up on the apron. Styles pretty much hit a huge AA off of the apron, sending Owens into the same ladder that Baron Corbin chokeslams AJ Styles onto. It was bridged, I believe, from the apron to the announce table, to the Spanish announce table, or whatever announce table it was, and Owens went straight in to that ladder. Absolutely unbelievable. When Styles then tried to climb the ladder, and this was one of the big spots in this matchup, when Styles then tried to climb the ladder, Ziggler took the ladder from under him, leaving Styles hanging on the goddamn briefcase like, I believe it was Jeff Hardy in the TLC match at WrestleMania 17. He was hanging on it. Styles actually tried to climb it, unhook the briefcase, and fall with it. So Styles was trying to do that, but instead he was left empty-handed. He fell off the ladder. And Corbin then took out Ziggler, who was smiling as Styles fell. He fiddled while Rome burned, did Dolph Ziggler, but Corbin took out Ziggler and tried to climb the ladder. It looked like Corbin had everything won, and that is when Nakamura's music hit. This is when that match hit the most exciting part, and you think it could get any more exciting. Nakamura came out. He hit every single goddamn person except AJ Styles with the goddamn Kinshasa. Baron Corbin, Kinshasa. Ziggler, he hits a Kinshasa off the second turnbuckle and then hits another one to add insult to injury. Sami Zayn comes in, exploder suplex, Kinshasa. He goes to get the ladder and try to climb. Kevin Owens is holding onto it, trying to hold Nakamura back. Nakamura gets the ladder into the ring, goes outside, hits Owens with the Kinshasa just for some good old fun. And as Nakamura is about to climb the ladder, who do you think meets him? None other than AJ Styles. They had a little confrontation, and that made the crowd go fucking bananas, bro. There was a beautiful confrontation between Nakamura and AJ Styles. They fought. The crowd was chanting, yes, yes, yes. They had a wonderful brawl, or shall I say, a teaser to what they will do at WrestleMania 34 next year. They both fought atop the ladder, trying to get the Money in the Bank, until Baron Corbin inevitably came in, knocked them both off of the ladder, tipped the ladder over for that matter, set the ladder back up, climbs it, and grabs the goddamn briefcase. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, Baron Corbin is your Money in the Bank ladder match winner. Predicted by me, and I've been saying this for months, Baron Corbin is going to win the Money in the Bank. And look exactly what happened. Baron Corbin is your Money in the Bank ladder match winner. And I am absolutely happy about that fact. Baron Corbin is absolutely the correct choice to have win this Money in the Bank. You look at the field of competitors that were in this match. You had a Shinsuke Nakamura, who has no business being in this match. You know that Nakamura has bigger things ahead of him. AJ Styles, just like Nakamura, is above that. You look at a Kevin Owens, he's your United States champion. Why the hell would he win the Money in the Bank ladder match? Dolph Ziggler going nowhere, bro. I don't know what's next for Dolph Ziggler. You look at Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was the only other guy that I was like, you know what? I can see that. I can see why that would take Sami Zayn's career to the next level, and I'd want to see that, bro. I would really want to see that. Sami Zayn deserves that, especially after his performance in this match, especially after considering his performance all year long throughout 2016. Sami Zayn just put on classic after classic, whether it was Nakamura, Owens, Styles, this guy, the next guy. Sami Zayn was putting on classic after classic last year, and I think he could have been rewarded for that. But no, the perfect choice for me was Baron Corbin. He shows that promise. He really does. He shows that you see how Baron Corbin has truly grown as a competitor, and he really really has grown as a competitor, and you see the future in Baron Corbin. I could totally see him holding that Money in the Bank. It's usually a heel, a dastardly heel that holds that Money in the Bank that you can see just running in whenever, cashing that Money in the Bank in, and winning the WWE Championship. And to be quite honest, I think Baron Corbin, you can say it right now, is already unofficial WWE Champion. Because look at the guy who's WWE Champion right now, Jinder Mahal. Do you really think if Baron Corbin runs in after Jinder Mahal has had a 20-minute match that Jinder Mahal is going to be able to fight off Baron Corbin? Hell to the motherfucking no. Baron Corbin will be WWE Champion by the end of 2017. And to be quite honest, I cannot wait to see that day come, because Baron Corbin absolutely deserves it. He's climbed his way up the ranks on Smackdown Live. They've protected him wonderfully, and now I think he's going to ride this Money in the Bank win off, and he's eventually going to become WWE Champion, and he's going to be one of the best WWE Champions that we've had in a while, because Baron Corbin is easy to book. Baron Corbin is a heel. He's a dominant heel. He's not gonna pussyfoot his way around. Is Corbin. He's like a Samoa Joe. All you need to do is have him look dominant and have him be that silent but deadly killer, and that's exactly the way they booked Baron Corbin. And as long as they continue to do that, going out of Money in the Bank, I think Baron Corbin is going to be a huge success and a huge spotlight and bright light on SmackDown going forward, and I cannot wait to see what they do with Baron Corbin holding your Money in the Bank ladder match. And there is where we go to Carmella and James Ellsworth and Becky Lynch and Natalya and Tamina and Charlotte in the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. God damn, bro. There was a spot, they all came out. You would think Maria Kanellis was gonna be in this match, but we did see her later in the night. We're gonna talk about that. But there was a spot here. This was a good match. I'll give it to them. The women put on a very, very good match. They went at it like the men. You could tell these women were motivated. They were happy to be in this match, and they were going to put it all on the line. And overall, I'm going to give it to them. This was a success. This wasn't like the Hell in a Cell match that we saw back in October of last year when we were like, oh my god, we do not want to see this. This is not the direction the women need to go. And thankfully, we have not seen that, at least as of yet, come back. But this is something I want to see happen every year. The women work their asses off. Here tonight, they put on a damn good match. They went like the men with these ladders, and they took steel, they took their bruises, they earned their stripes, and I want to see this match return. For once, I want to see these gimmicky matches with the women return. This is one of them that I want to see return, and they put on a very, very good affair here tonight. There was a spot where Charlotte and Carmella, they were fighting atop the ladder, and Tamina tipped the ladder over, knocking them both down. There was a beautiful spot where Charlotte took out both Tamina and Natalya with a spinning plancha, which laid them out for the rest of the match. And it was a damn good match. It was a damn good match, but of course, they had to end this match with a shit ton of controversy, because in the end, Carmella was about to grab the briefcase, and instead, Becky came in, powerbombed her down, and when Becky was about to grab the briefcase, James Ellsworth came in, tipped over the ladder, took out Becky Lynch, and when he tried to get Carmella up, Carmella did not even get up. She did not even get up, did Carmella. So James Ellsworth instead decided to climb the ladder by himself, and grab the goddamn briefcase. The first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match wasn't even won by a goddamn woman. How does that make you feel, bro? A man was the one to grab the briefcase. If you can even consider James Ellsworth a man, that is, bro. Jesus Christ. This led to a whole bunch of controversy. The refs were asking, does this count? Blah, 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 blah. And they decided, since James Ellsworth gave the briefcase to Carmella, Carmella was your Money in the Bank ladder match winner. So she did continue to walk around with the Money in the Bank ladder, or the Money in the Bank briefcase later in the night. So this is official. This is official, and we all predicted that Carmella would win this matchup just because it was so out of the goddamn blue, and she really gets no reaction when she comes out, and this Money in the Bank ordeal could be the way to get a lot of heat under Carmella, and I agreed with that. But the way you did it was absolutely god-awful. I mean, really, bro? Really, bro? Like that? James Ellsworth had to grab the briefcase. Carmella couldn't have gotten up. She got powerbombed. Not powerbombed through a goddamn ladder. Not powerbombed to the goddamn outside of the ring. She got powerbombed on the ring apron by Becky Lynch. Or not on the ring apron. She got powerbombed on the mat. You're telling me she couldn't have got up and grabbed the briefcase herself and won this matchup without all the controversy behind it? You had Shane McMahon tweeting out later in the night, "This is not how I envisioned the Money in the Bank ladder match going. This will be addressed, blah, 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 blah." Carmella won your Money in the Bank ladder match, but really, James Ellsworth was the one to grab it, and was that really the way things needed to go down? And this was just the beginning of the bullshit endings that I'm talking about on this pay-per-view. Yes, the women worked their asses off. Yes, the women put on a good match, a very good match for that matter. And yes, I want to see the Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank, be a yearly thing and return next year. But was the ending the correct way to go? Hell motherfucking no. I agree with Carmella winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. I said Becky Lynch would win it, but in the back of my mind I had Carmella. The Vegas odds said Carmella, and she was really the most unlikely person, not the most unlikely person, because Tamina's in this goddamn match. If you think Tamina's gonna win this match, you're a fucking idiot, but at the same time, you were thinking they could get heat on Carmella. It is usually a heel holding the Money in the Bank. So, I mean, Carmella, yes, she did go on and win here tonight. I agree with that. I see what that can do for her career. But did you really need to have James Ellsworth grab it? Hell no. And that's where you made your mistake with these bullshit endings that really could have been avoided. Yes, I saw the James Ellsworth pushing whoever it may be off the ladder coming. A lot of people saw that coming. I saw people on Twitter saying, "I'm waiting for James Ellsworth to push somebody off the ladder." And yes, that did happen, but did he need to grab the briefcase? No, that was absolutely stupid. Maybe there will be a match tomorrow on Smackdown Live saying that, or since Becky got pushed off, maybe they'll have Becky versus Carmella to solidify who keeps the briefcase. I don't fucking know. Maybe you can do something like that, and Carmella still wins. So, I don't fucking know. But as of now, Carmella is your Money in the Bank ladder match winner. I don't like the way it was done, because James Ellsworth didn't need to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. He wasn't the one who needed to do that. That was absolutely wrong, and especially considering the fact that this is your first ever women's Money in the Bank, and the fact that the Money in the Bank wasn't even grabbed by a woman. It really does speak or look bad towards what WWE was trying to do with this matchup, and I hope you guys can understand me when it comes to that testament, because that was just absolutely fucking ridiculous by the WWE. Who the hell, whoever came up with that one really needs to be terminated immediately, because that's just idiotic bullshit right there, and just starts for the night, because this was the match that opened the show. It just starts for the night. The bullshit endings that did not stop until the Money in the Bank ladder match on this show here tonight. That took us to the tag team championship matchup with the Usos versus the New Day. This was a very, very good match. Both teams worked their goddamn asses off here tonight. This was a very, very good tag team matchup. If you were wondering why this is the money matchup on Smackdown Live, and this was the matchup that the WWE Smackdown creative team wanted to get to so badly, it's because of what these two teams did in the ring here tonight. It's because of the popularity of these two teams. The Usos is a very well-known tag team, and their heel turn has been so goddamn successful. I love what the Usos are doing as heels. And of course, the New Day, longest reigning tag team champions of all time, whether you like it or not, that is what they are. The New Day is a very successful tag team. They're selling merchandise like there ain't no tomorrow. And obviously, the New Day is a goddamn popular team, and this is why. This is why. What they did in the ring here tonight in this matchup was absolutely fantastic. These two teams worked their asses off. Just some high-speed offense here tonight. It took a while for this match to kick off, and that happens with a lot of main roster tag team matches, but this just goes to show you the level of main roster tag team matches that we can get. We can really get something like what we've seen in NXT TakeOver Toronto with the Revival and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. These teams are capable of doing that, and if you really allow them to go even more than they did here tonight, I'm sure a team like the New Day and a team like the Usos has the ability to go like a Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano and the Revival as well. So, I mean, just a very, very good matchup here tonight. A lot of near falls here. There was one where Big E hit the big ending here. It actually had whichever Uso it was, slip out of his hand, still pick him up, demonstrating the power that Big E has. And he still hit the big ending. And at the very, very last moment, did Jimmy Uso or whoever it was, did he make the save? Just a huge near fall in this matchup. And just some very, very good stuff between these two teams. But the controversy obviously came in here, and the bullshit ending obviously came in here, and that was the biggest Achilles heel of this pay-per-view, the fucking dumbass endings. And of course, at the end of this match, it was Big E hitting the midnight hour with Big E having the big ending in hand, and then Kofi coming down for the midnight hour. And of course, after the midnight hour was hit, Kofi went for the pin, and Jimmy, I believe, pulled Jay out of the ring, and they just let the count out happen until the 10 count came in. And obviously, they retained their titles, but the New Day won, and that's what they're going to use for the rematch excuse, right? Oh, the New Day won, but they're still tag team champions, so rematch at whatever the next pay-per-view is. I think it's Battlegrounds. I don't fucking know. But very good match. Bullshit ending is what I gotta say about this one. I enjoyed what they did in the middle of that ring, but the ending, what was the worst part of this pay-per-view, was absolute garbage. And once again, for the second time in a row, another ending on this pay-per-view that just ended in bullshit. And that also happened with the next match we're going to talk about, Lana versus Naomi. Now, this match, we were obviously all looking forward to seeing what Lana was going to be able to do in that ring, and I can confirm to you that she's still very green. She is still very, very green, is Lana in the middle of that ring. You can tell that a lot of the times she did not know what she was doing, and this match did come out as outright sloppy. Is she as bad as an Eva Marie? Hell no, and thank God for that, because you can actually tell that Lana has some passion for the wrestling industry. And when you have at least some passion for the wrestling industry, there's a big difference between an Eva Marie and what Alana did here tonight. Could she still use some work? Yes. And what worries me is that we're going to have to see her get better on television as time goes on, because they skipped the NXT process with Lana. Instead of putting her down in NXT, having her train, having her work her way up like she should, Lana was, well, boosted right into a Smackdown Women's Championship shot. And we're going to have to see her get better on TV in real time, and that's going to be a tricky amount of time for Lana. It could take a year, it could take 6 months, it could take a year and a half. We saw Baron Corbin, the person who won the Money in the Bank ladder match here tonight. We saw him go from NXT and coming out of NXT and still being a little bit green with Baron Corbin, if you remember last year when he came up from the draft. But Baron Corbin, within 3 months, you saw how he had progressed, being in the ring with guys like AJ Styles, John Cena, Dean Ambrose. You've seen how he had progressed, and now I can't tell you that Baron Corbin is green in the ring, because he's really not. And it only took Corbin like 3, 4, 5 months to really shake a lot of that sloppiness and a lot of that misattention to detail in the ring. It only took him like 3, 4, 5 months in the ring, and that was after he had come up from NXT. So imagine what we're gonna have to sit through until Lana gets better in that goddamn ring. So I don't know. It was clearly evident in this matchup that Lana had zero business being in a goddamn women's championship match, and that was a big mistake if you ask me, because this match was completely sloppy, and I would say it made Naomi as a champion look like a piece of shit. It really did make Naomi as a champion look like a piece of shit. And what I found just absolutely retarded about this match is that it looked like Lana was actually going to win this matchup. She hit Naomi with the spine buster that she hit on SmackDown. She got a 1-2 near fall, and that's when Carmella came out, and that was a big distraction for Lana, because she thought, that Carmella was going to cash in, and she's like, oh my god, what the hell is going on here? Is Carmella going to cash in? And Carmella, she faked it. She was about to give the briefcase to the ref, and she's like, nah, maybe later. Let's see what goes on here. And as Lana was about to hit a second spine buster on Naomi, Naomi rolled through into a Rings of Saturn, or what the hell, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that move is called. I'll just call it a Rings of Saturn. And Lana was tapping out. Lana was tapping the hell out. And that was it for this match. It didn't go very long, like 7 minutes. And it was pretty much Lana botching around, being very sloppy, not knowing what to do. Naomi once in a while taking pace and kicking Lana or doing one of these spontaneous moves, and Lana, because she's still so green, botching the delivery of that move. So I mean, it wasn't a good match at all. Very sloppy. Lana clearly does not know what she is doing, and clearly is not ready to be in a match, and nonetheless a women's championship goddamn match. So I don't know here, but Lana still gonna need some work in the ring, if you ask me. But Naomi does retain her championship, like everybody goddamn predicted. If you predicted otherwise, you're a goddamn fool. And Carmella came out to provide distraction. So I think you can count that as another bullshit ending here on Money in the Bank. I would say so, at least. I would say so. Moving on here. This was very interesting, because it was Mike Bennett and Maria from TNA, and Mike Bennett is now going to apparently be called Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis, so I don't know about that. So Mike Bennett, instead of being Mike Bennett, is going to be Mike Kanellis, and this was absolutely hilarious what they did here. They just came out of nowhere, and this is going to be a very, very exciting thing to see on SmackDown Live. These two are going to be very, very exciting to see. This could be the next Miz and Maurice, if you ask me, for SmackDown Live, and that could be something very, very big. Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis, they made their debut / return, because Mike Bennett obviously making his debut, and Maria obviously in the WWE before, if you don't remember, for all you younglings out there, making her return to the WWE, proclaiming that they would educate everyone on SmackDown Live about the power of love. This is going to be very, very exciting to see go and transpire on SmackDown Live, because I know Mike Bennett, or Mike Kanellis, whatever the hell you want to call him, because now it's apparently Mike and Maria Kanellis, so I don't know. Kind of weird that the man is taking the last name of the woman, but it's 2017, and obviously it's a goddamn joke, so let's go with it. I find it pretty funny. I wonder if they're still going to call him the Miracle Mike Kanellis, or whatever the hell, because I like that name, the Miracle Mike Bennett. I like it, the Miracle, but I don't know if they're still going to use that nickname right there. But it's going to be interesting to see how these two are going to fare. I know Maria is going to do great if she's added to the women's division. The women's division could use a hand like Maria instead of a green-ass hand like Lana. So I don't know about that, but I know Mike Bennett is very good in the ring. I still suggest that he goes down to NXT and learn the ways of WWE, learn the cameras of WWE, but I mean, what are you going to do? He's already on SmackDown Live. They did say they were going to be on SmackDown Live, educating people on the power of love, so we'll see how this goes. Mike Bennett, even AJ Styles says that he wished that he would have gone down to NXT and learned the ways and the productions and the cameras of WWE. But, I mean, it looks like Mike Bennett, the Miracle, maybe he'll pull a miracle and he'll be just fine in the WWE. But even if AJ Styles, the best wrestler in the world, is going to goddamn, if he's saying that he needs goddamn NXT time, then I think it would have been fine for Mike Bennett, but I don't know. They are on the main roster on SmackDown Live, and we're going to have to see how that plays out. That moves us on to the WWE Championship match between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal, Larry Hennig, Ric Flair, Sergeant Slaughter, and of course the Cowboy, Bob Orton. They were all ringside for this match, and this match was pretty much what we seen at goddamn Backlash. The leg of Randy Orton was worked on for most of this match, with Jinder Mahal even locking in the figure 4 at one point. Goddamn, there was a super near fall here where Randy Orton hit the RKO on Jinder Mahal and would have gotten the kick out. He wouldn't have gotten the kick out. He would have actually lost the WWE Championship if the Bollywood Boys had not put Jinder's leg on the rope, which the referee actually saw, and he ejected the Singh brothers, and went, that pissed off the Singh brothers. They went after Randy's dad, the Cowboy Bob Orton. They pulled him up. That pissed off Randy Orton, and that caused him to go crazy once again on the Singh brothers. Did that fucking back power slam, or that back suplex on the announce table that just absolutely fucking demolished the Singh brothers. He hit an RKO on one of them on the floor, and then on the other, RKO through the table, sent the crowd going absolutely wild. Wonderful spot by Randy Orton there. Way to make this match kick it up a notch. But obviously the same thing that happened at Backlash happened. Randy Orton went crazy. He RKO'd one of them through the goddamn table. And when he got back in, Jinder kicked the bad knee of Randy Orton and immediately hit him with the Colossus to retain the WWE Championship. So Jinder Mahal once again retains. It looks like he's going to be moving on from this Jinder Mahal storyline. And to be quite honest, I cannot wait to see what Jinder Mahal goes from here. I think he's going to go on to John Cena. Will he make it out of John Cena? I don't know, because not many people make it past John Cena. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where Jinder Mahal goes from here. It's going to be interesting to see where Randy Orton goes from here. For the first time in a long time, Randy Orton is not going to be in the WWE Championship picture. And that's going to be very interesting to see over these past how many goddamn months. Randy Orton has been in a program with Bray Wyatt and Jinder Mahal. That's two guys. Bray Wyatt, sure, but that one gone for like how long? Jinder Mahal, nobody wanted to see it in the first place. So will Randy Orton finally go into a feud with somebody who he wants to see? I would like to see an AJ Styles Randy Orton feud, Kevin Owens Randy Orton, Sami Zayn Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler Randy Orton would be interesting. Baron Corbin Randy, pretty much everybody on the SmackDown Live roster versus Randy Orton would be interesting because everybody on the SmackDown Live roster, Randy Orton hasn't encountered himself with. The SmackDown Live roster right now is looking so goddamn good. Listen to these names: Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Mike Bennett, Luke Harper. You got Ty Dillinger. John Cena's coming back on July 4th. If he's not a free agent on Monday Night Raw, that is. You've got Rusev waiting in the sidelines. I mean, god damn, that's a roster, bro. Jesus Christ. Where are you going to fit all of these names, bro? You look at the tag team division. You got the Hype Brothers now. The Ascension. The, what do you call them? Breeze and Fandango. You got the New Day. You got the Usos. That's looking very, very good right there. You got, in the women's division, Maria is now back. Lana, who could use some work. I don't know about her. Naomi, Charlotte, Becky, Natalia, Tamina, Carmella. Those are some pristine names right there. Each division on SmackDown Live is looking very, very good. This is possibly the best roster SmackDown Live has ever had. They're looking pretty equal, if not better, than Monday Night Raw right now. I mean, Monday Night Raw losing Braun Strowman. He's probably going to be back soon, though. But even Monday Night Raw, just the WWE in general, their rosters are looking good. You got Samoa Joe. You got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, bro. I don't know. Oh, and not to mention in the SmackDown Live Tag Team division, probably coming back soon, American Alpha. So, I mean, SmackDown Live is looking very, very good as far as talent goes. Jinder Mahal, there's another one. I almost forgot about the WWE Champion himself. So, SmackDown Live, talent-wise, is looking absolutely fantastic, bro. Absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what they do with all this talent going into SummerSlam and their next brand exclusive pay-per-view, which is actually Battleground. So I cannot wait to see that. We had a quick little filler match, and there was actually a Fashion Police episode called Fashion Vice, and it was pretty much them looking for the suspects of who destroyed their office last week on SmackDown. They found a VHS tape, put it in, and they said, if you want to reveal our identity, you're going to have to come out and fight us here tonight. That led to the Ascension versus the Fashion Police, and really a nothing match here where Fandango was able to escape this match with a roll-up on the Ascension. So they pretty much move on to the next case from there, and that was pretty much your Money in the Bank pay-per-view. SmackDown Live's roster, bro, looking really, really, really good coming out of this pay-per-view. Leaves me wondering where everybody is going to fit going into the next pay-per-view, because they've got a lot of talent to use, and I'm going to be interested to see where that talent is going to fit in on SmackDown Live. Hopefully they do get to use everybody, but I don't know how, because those are a lot of goddamn names, and those are a lot of goddamn big names. So, I don't know, but things are looking very, very good for SmackDown Live here tonight. Coming out of Money in the Bank, like I said, if I have to give this pay-per-view a rating, it'd probably be a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 for Money in the Bank. A lot of bullshit endings that I did not enjoy and lost a lot of points there. And some good matches, not great. The only match I would really consider great was the Money in the Bank ladder match. After that, probably be the Usos and the New Day. Then probably the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and then Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. And then Lana versus Naomi, which was absolutely terrible. Low point of the match. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that was your official Money in the Bank 2017 review. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Fucking hit that subscribe button with a bunch of ladders if you liked what you saw here, and I'm sure you did like what you seen here. So make sure to click on that subscribe button, click it real nice, and do not let it go, because it is a wonderful subscribe button to hit, because it's the subscribe button of the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to go check out all the other content, Raw, Smackdown reviews up, Money in the Bank preview predictions if you want to go check that out. Behind the Mic episode number 24, where we cover all the news. John Cena, that is what we were discussing there, and his free agency, which is absolute bullshit. We talked about it there. Tuesday, Braun Strowman being cleared to compete. Breaking news right there. So make sure to look for that one. And of course, make sure to like and comment on this video. Of course, like if you like what you heard here, and tell me what you thought of Money in the Bank here tonight. For now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, and this has been your Money in the Bank review and results. For now, I hope you enjoyed every single little thing that you heard in this video. And for now, of course, I am out of here. I'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you next time right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel.